And we're live on YouTube, Quarter Life Critics. I am sitting here today with two of my best friends, Grant.
What up?
And Patrick.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome back to Quarter Life Critics, the only show where we review the best TV and film the world has to offer. And I'm going to jump right into it. Every single time we have this episode, we have a very special role, the role of director. This person's job is to guide us, to mentor us, it's like therapy. It's like a therapy session. They're the therapist to retrieve the thoughts, the emotions, the ideas that are sitting in our little souls, but we can't reach them if it were just us. And this episode's director is none other than the man himself, Mr. Manning Patrick.
That's me. I'm going to be the shepherd of today's show, and you, boys, will be my flock. Get ready for a journey into the world of small-town policing. Because, drumroll.
Drum roll. Wait. Say that again.
Oh, that was
my. Butchered it. Okay. In the world of small-town policing. All right, Grant, take it away. What are we talking about here?
Sir, you take it away, sir. I do not.
All right. A skilled London police officer by the name of Nicholas Angel. He's a little too good at his job. He gets bounced from the big city of London for being, too good. He's making too many arrests, and he's shipped off to a small village named Sanford. It's a pretty nice village. It's won Village of the Year past like 78 years or whatever, whenever that's Cornwall was incorporated. It's an easygoing crew of officers, and they kind of don't take to his demeanor and enthusiasm for police work. And while he's there, there's a string of grisly murders that are just kind of brushed under the rug and assumed to be accidents. But they're like the most egregious accidents of all time. So Nicholas Angel is on the case, and he will crack this one. It's directed by Edgar Wright. This is the second installment in the Cornetto, I think.
Cornetto.
What is it called? Cornetto.
Three Flavors.
Or the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. This one is blue, or the original flavor, because of its heavy themes of police work. Police were blue.
And I think they eat it, like 3 times, the blue one.
Oh, they're always hitting the store.
Yeah. Store? What do you mean?
First, the awards, similar to Shaun of the Dead, they were just nominated for random British awards. They won a Russian award for some like small Russian town, really like this or whatever, and also has a cult following.
It's our favorite film.
IMDb score is 7.8 out of 10, and pretty well received.
What is the name of this film, Pat?
It's Hot Fuzz.
Oh, Hot Fuzz! Hot Fuzz!
Fuzz.
Yes, Hot Fuzz. 2007. Oh my God, how could I forget?
Skipped right over the big picture, right into the details. Don't worry,
Sorry.
director
That's
won't
what
let
we're
that
here
happen
for.
again. Yeah, good sheep. So let's start off with this was a fast flick. They talk fast, they drive fast, they kind of do everything fast here.
Kill fast.
They kill super fast. They do a lot of stuff.
Well, they always take the time to not just deliberately kill, though. They gotta anyways, we can get there when we get there.
They run fast. There's some great joggers in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, can I pick I have a bone to pick. This is one of my few bones. He's supposed to have like the world record police academy force. He has like the record for the fastest run or whatever. Mm-hmm. He can never catch anyone in this film.
Well, that was revealed. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still think he would be able to cover some ground. Even, there was a lot of straightaways where there weren't maybe another apparition.
I felt like he was.
You know what? This film was not realistic. What's up with that? I mean, what? I want a realistic cop film. What? It's
That shoplifter, that purple boy. You tell him
it's
that guy
it's
was
goofy.
juicing.
Yeah, I think a lot. It's
This also wasn't at the
Anyways.
peak of Nicholas Angel's, physical expertise.
Yes,
He was
yeah.
coming off of a
He was-
hard breakup. He's rejected by 3 tiers, I think, of the police organization, which he's dedicated his life to.
Had to
know,
leave Janine.
Yeah, I don't think, this might not be record-setting Nick.
He wasn't ready.
This-
Okay,
this
that
is
makes
like-
sense.
Kind of maybe depressed and a little, even though he was pretty on top of things still. This might not be his best for him.
and there was some, with the shoplifter. I think there was some obstacles along the way that he had to jump over or avoid.
Felt like the whole town was against him for some reason.
Just
For
felt
some
that way.
reason.
Yeah, for some reason. So let's just do a quick little plot recap because I feel like this movie, it's kind of a parody of like 4 different genres. So let's take it into pieces. In my mind, it's got like a, almost like a finding yourself kind of like start. Where I'm not sure. This was my first time seeing the movie, by the way.
Okay.
So I saw it like a little bit, but never finished it. Maybe like 8 years ago or something, but never fully completed it. So at the beginning, I kind of felt like it was like I don't know, it had like a weird, like, this guy's like finding himself in the country, it's a fresh start, he's whatever. But then it's like murder, intrigue, kind of like Agatha Christie. And then it's got like buddy cop, like bad boy, they were referencing all these movies and they're definitely personifying it. And then they go into this crazy third act that's like Michael Bay over
Yeah.
Terminator, like everything's going crazy. But it's also like all like the actual murders were like grotesque and like kind of gnarly. So I don't know. Was there anything you guys were confused about? Because it was like fast and a little bit overwhelming at times.
No, I mean, so this was like second, third. I knew what was going on. I knew what was behind the curtains. The only things, I don't think I was confused by anything. I mean, he gets there. They kind of just shove. Probably the only like plot hole is like, I mean, I guess it's not a plot hole if they said why, like he's making everybody else look bad, so he's kind of relegated to this spot. But I don't know why. I guess the Met is unaware of that other guy's passing, or maybe I think he died.
What?
The other cop that he replaced, they're like, "Oh, you're a lot like that guy."
Okay.
I guess I don't
What
know
the
why
fuck?
they were even like accepting people. They have a pretty good setup going on.
Oh.
Why are they taking in a guy from the city or anyone else that might, disrupt, especially that Angel with his track record. I would think the chief would be able to kind of finesse stuff. So, but anyway, that's just nitpicking.
I think it was more like the London. I don't know if they were asking for a position. I think the London cops just want to get rid of Nicholas.
Get him out of They saw best village in the world.
Hey, this guy was there. Now you guys have an opening, obviously, because he's not there anymore. Here, we got your guy.
Yeah, they might have been trying to do right by him. Like they might have thought it was, great small town, whatever. Might like a change of pace. It's not working out here, so try something completely opposite. But
yeah, but I don't think I was confused by anything. Tight script, fast running, fast shooting, fast jokes. Thought it was solid. I mean, like you said, it's combining, the buddy cop movie. You got the mystery kind of thriller. You got just an action film, and I think it's hit the nail on the head on a lot of.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like your guys, Pat, your first impression, and Quinn, your first impression. Like, what'd you guys think of this? You guys enjoy Hot Fuzz?
The director. I'm gonna blurb it out. All right. So I thought it was fantastic. I liked it way much more than the last movie we watched, Shaun of the Dead, where
The
the first installment of the
Yeah.
Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy, where I some of the jokes in the last one, I mean, I saw, it's funny, you get I gave him a little whistle. I was like, but in this one, I was
Never
laughing
go
out
full
loud.
laugh. Never go full laugh.
No, there was no belly laughs unlike this one, and even though I knew what was going to happen, it felt suspenseful still and engaging, and you just feel happy watching it. I think this is great. The parodies are on point, the comedy's on point, and no major plot holes. Everything makes sense. Yeah, that was thought it was great.
It's good.
I thought this movie was a 10 until like the third act. The action part, I couldn't really. I don't know. It like took me out of it, and I didn't like it at all. But up to that, I was like, this is like perfect, so funny, so
Interesting.
like quick-witted.
Yeah.
I feel like everything was like, it was like like the writing and the plot, and like it was just all so strong. I felt like everyone was playing off each other well, and then just turned into like a shootout for like 25 minutes. I'm like, I don't know. I
I'm like the opposite. I was like, it's like Shaun of the Dead.
Mhm.
I feel like Hot Fuzz is kind of like Shaun of the Dead, except everyone slowly dies and the energy level just kind of peters out because everyone's getting taken out. This is like, it's got a nice arc, and then it's like, yo, let's go fucking balls to the wall to tie this shit up. I fucking love it. I mean, it's exciting. I just remember, like, I forgot exactly what was happening, but I've seen it before too. So when they confiscate all the weapons and put them in the evidence room, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what those are gonna be used for.
Yeah, I was shocked. Maybe
Maybe it's a shock factor. Maybe now that you know it's coming, or next watch, you'll.
I mean, he comes back from like he was originally gonna leave and cry,
with his
and
it's like
yeah,
Red Dead sorry.
yeah. I mean, the first thing he does is like fucking punch an old lady in the face, or punches the dude too. Like you're like, what? Like,
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, and they foreshadow it at the beginning because they're like, everyone and their mother has a gun here, and I was like, why does everyone have a fucking gun? She's like, everyone and their mother has a gun, and I was like, oh my god, it's ridiculous. But I don't know. I would probably like it better on a rewatch, but it was just like,
and no one really died too at the end.
no one really died. They just had the.
That guy
He's like,
too.
yeah, it hurts a lot.
Like, I'm gonna need a lot of ice cream.
the only people who died were the non, like the accidents, not the gun shootout.
Yeah.
victims.
I don't know. I thought, did you like the mystery of like, so even him discovering the cult and stuff you were on board with, you just weren't on board with him going Rambo.
Yeah. So
coming
that's
back.
where I kind of, I went to like from like a 10 or 11 liking it to like a 6.
To 6.
So right when he because he escapes. That's cool. I mean, what did we watch that happened in that millionaire Knives Out Onion movie?
Glass Onion.
Yeah, Glass Onion. They did the same thing. As soon as that knife went in, it's like, the ketchup, whatever. This one I thought they did better.
Yeah, it's like an Agatha Christie. Like, I feel like she did that in a lot of her books.
Oh, okay.
Plus, they foreshadowed this one. I don't think they foreshadowed.
Oh, well, actually, this one was a knife too versus Glass Onion was a bullet in the journal or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's even.
All right,
different movie,
yeah.
You know.
But so that after that scene, he goes and he leaves and he comes back, and then that's the point where kind of
the horse walking in
and self plug if you want to watch, Knives Out Glass Onion, we have an episode on quarterlifecritics.com. You can go to our Instagram or our YouTube and you can watch the episode there and see if we go over Spotify everywhere and see what we think about it, because maybe Quinn, it might have been his favorite movie of all time. I don't know. You have to check it out. Check out the episode
3 of the week.
Ooh.
He's throwing you guys off the track.
But it's a good episode.
It is a good episode. Cool. Yeah, no, I thought, fast flick is like definitely how I would define this. It's a
Yes.
Oh, you
It's-
know what I like? Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer than Shaun of the Dead, but it feels like it goes by even faster.
I think the reason I like it so much is because I really like dumb comedy, and I love the people, the dumb cop, whatever his name is,
Danny?
Nick Frost, Danny. Uh, and I thought the dynamic of just it kind of like a idiocracy where you're just talking to people, and I know we might talk about some one-liners here in a bit, and some of those I was just dying.
The first scene you're introduced him to is he's drunk and he's trying to drive home, and Nick gets him arrested, and the next day that's his partner.
Even just him getting in the car, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's just like, "Nothing." And he almost hits him. It's ridiculous.
He's so but he's so sincere, He's like, yeah,
Just an oath.
yeah.
Cool. So this movie is, spoiler, kind of culty. It's got a cult following with, people. If you say, "Yart" in a crowded place, someone might,
Yarp.
even reply to you with that.
Narp.
Well, but it also has an actual cult in it. So, what would you say your
Cult
favorite
squared.
Cult squared? What would you guys say your favorite one-liner is in the movie?
Quinn's
Anything
got
come to
mind. Quinn has multiple. I feel
Well,
like. So
yeah, I had multiple
I
because
can
I'm,
do my
I'm
one.
glad
And,
yeah.
Let me do my one and done. Which was it's like a one-liner, but it was when they were in the Mr. Skinner's grocery store, and Danny was looking at movies while this guy's like looking at chase. I think I don't know if he started the chase yet. Yeah, no, he's chasing him out of the store, and Danny's looking at the movies, and he's like, super cop, meet the cop that can't be stopped. And then they run fast. He's just going through movie. Super cop, meet the cop that can't be stopped. I was cracking up with that.
That one was great. I liked all the emphasis on being politically correct in the force, and Danny's asking him. He's like, "What made you want to be a policeman?" He's like, "Officer." He's like, "What made you want to be a policeman, officer?" So that one was great.
Yeah, that was good.
What were they saying about car accidents or something, or incident?
It's called collision.
Oh, collision.
Because accidents
No one's at fault.
infers that no one's at fault.
Those were good. Yeah,
I like those that he was he was literally a narc. He was through and through he was a narc. Yeah.
Until at the end when he's dropping F-bombs and C-bombs and
goes Rambo. He broke.
I liked it was small in the beginning where he's telling Janine he has to leave. He's like, "Janine, I've been transferred. I'm moving away for a while." He's like, "I'm not Janine." Everyone looks the same. I don't know.
And then she's dating someone else, and she's like, "Is it that guy?" He's like, "Oh, does he look like someone I would go for?" No, it's Mike. It's the same
guy. He's like, "All right." Yeah. That was good.
Yeah. My favorite is Angel and Nick and Danny are it's right before the Rambo scene, and
discovers his dad is.
Yeah, and he doesn't believe it, and Nicholas is like, he's judge, jury, and executioner. He's taking all his own hands, and Danny's just an idiot. And he's like, he's not judge, jury, and executioner.
that one was great. That was actually my number one, I think.
Yeah.
And it's really quick too. You're like, did he say Judge Judy? Because it goes right into the next scene.
Right. There's no forced laugh track. It's just boom, boom.
There's plenty of these too. I mean, I even feel like the ones I'd have to re-watch it as well because
it's
even the ones I look up I'm like,
Yeah,
these
there's
aren't
like
the funny ones. Like,
there's like 10, you know, every scene has like it's so quick-witted, like you're laughing throughout. Like
Mhm.
I remember right when he got to the inn. I mean, this was just a small like
Mhm.
she was doing the crossword, and
Mhm.
like she was trying to figure it out, and then he's like fascism, and she was like fascism, like wonderful. And then I thought that was kind of funny, right? And then later it's the same lady when he's going Rambo, and she yells at him, he's like, you fascist. Which was pretty
Hag.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the hag. Yeah.
Might have been heavy-handed on a first watch, but even the original line of where he's just like asking him all those dumb questions, where he's like, "Oh, you ever shot at someone?" But the questions build up to eventually where it's like, "So you've never like stuck your gun in the air and went ah!" Like even that line by itself, you're like, "No, I've never done that."
right.
Yeah.
This is the guy who's making him call him police officer rather than policeman. I don't think he's gonna expend bullets.
Policeman officer. I liked um the grocery guys. What's his name?
Skinner, I think.
Skinner. He had a couple good ones. He's like, I'm a slasher. Prices. Like, okay.
He's like so evil looking too the whole
Yeah, he's
time.
such a good, yeah.
Just definitely up to no good.
Great film.
Anyone who talks like that probably is a murderer. And it turned out, yeah, he was.
Bastard.
Was he your guys' favorite member of the Neighborhood Watch? If not, who would you nominate to?
He might have been for me. He was.
I think he had the most screen time and
Mhm.
personality, you know.
Mhm.
Him or whatever, Yarp? Whoever
Mhm.
that guy is. What was it?
Yarp.
Yarp?
Michael, I think.
Michael.
Did you know that's the Hound in Game of Thrones?
Oh. I feel like I recognize.
All these beastly men.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we need that guy. I'm trying to think. I didn't like one person I didn't like was, and actually another maybe criticism of the film, like right at the end, it's that old guy who's like the leader who like watches the monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seemed like they arrested everybody, everything was good, and then he like busts into the police station, like trying to shoot Nick. He's the old dude with the beard, the gray beard,
Mm-hmm.
and he eventually gets like killed by the mine. But
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
was kind of jarring at the end,
Mm-hmm.
where
Yeah.
it seemed like that was where the movie was going to end. He's like Nick's making like sexual jokes or something like that, and it was
He's
just
part
going
of
to
the
end there.
crew.
He's part of the crew now. Yeah, he's you like a little girl on girl or something.
That lady was wild. She
I
didn't have
love
one
her.
non-sexual.
She is so
line.
funny. Do you know, like, I think she's a pretty famous British actress. Quinn, she was in the Father, right, with Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, don't
She
tell
was
me
she was
that.
the daughter.
Don't tell me that. I
Yeah.
can't look at her the same then.
Yeah, she's so funny. She's in Peep Show too. She's just like, I love her character in this. She's so funny.
The spit roast line. I was like, oh my god, dude.
They're just like so, and like Nicholas. The movie's so funny because Nicholas is just trying to get to the bottom of these things. And these guys are just like,
They're just all.
they don't
yeah.
take anything. So they're just like,
The Andes
what
were
are
the
you
best.
talking about? The detectives.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Just the absolute worst detectives in the world.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about other one-liners now where just the dumb humor we were talking about where they say they don't give that Romeo guy Blower, Mr. Blower, a ticket, and then at the end of like that party, Nick's like, "Drive safe."
Oh yeah.
Nick's like, "Oh my god." He's
It's like,
you know that was the guy we just did for speeding, right?
Yeah. And he's playing like the dumb audience member, you know, who's like doesn't know, can't connect anything.
yeah. He fills in the gaps with some people.
Did you tell him to? You say cool off? No, I didn't. Stop.
No, but then later when he does he like fights the Yarp guy and
Yeah, he's got the monkey, and
the monkey says something like
he says,
you know,
"Playtime's over."
oh yeah, playtime's over, and he brags about Danny later.
He's like, yeah.
Oh man, it's such a good movie.
Yeah, the cruise. There's like two gangs. It's like the police force and then the cult.
Mhm.
I don't know. They're just full of wild.
You don't see a lot of other like normal townspeople though. I mean, you see like kids and I don't know the living statue.
Yeah, most of them are killed.
But
I feel like
yeah, they're just
they
killed
don't like
right
the
off the bat.
statue, man. The statue guy, he's in like the crypts. That scene where they're just discovering all the kids, the statue guy, like anyone who's a minor inconvenience just gets killed.
That is like, the
and
best
they're
part
all
of the
like,
plot.
yeah, like good, thank God. They're
Figured
like,
it out.
good riddance. Yeah,
Like, why did you
For the
kill
common
Mr.
good.
Blower? He's like,
for the greater good.
sucked.
he had to go.
You see that play? You killed him because he was bad at the play. He made
We have a couple
mockery
of
Romeo.
minor, A-list celebrities here. She was a body double in X-Files. Did you guys think any of the murders were especially egregious? Anything stick out to you?
I think that Shears is the most tragic. I mean, you have an accident, you have the house blow up. It's kind of typical, but
I'd say weren't they decapitated though?
they were decapitated.
Yeah, so that
It's like I'd say they started over there, lost control here, and ended up over there. What do you think?
one of my favorite part of the films is when like he would manage to convince the whole police force to team up with him during the Rambo scene. Like he had the chief of police was kept on gaslighting Nick and being like, no, you're wrong. And then they got on Nick's side, and I love that. And then they're playing all their roles, and they're taking this, and they're just like part of the Rambo crew now. I love that.
Which I wasn't. That was one part where I didn't know. I was like, I know police. I didn't know if they were also in on it as well. I kind of forgot.
No, they were.
I knew Danny wasn't, but I didn't know if like the Andys were
Like on this watch or by the end?
on this watch. No, I'm not by the end. No.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like a little too ignorant for like me to be like, are they really just like believing these are all
Like
accidents?
I felt they could snap into a serious role at the end and be like, "Come on, Danny, come on, Nick, get with the picture."
Mm-hmm.
We didn't
I
tell
don't
Danny
know.
because he was an
I feel
idiot.
like people. It's like people like to be like people would rather live ignorant, easy lives, right? And and so that's what they're doing. They're convinced that I don't know. Yeah,
I think it was because we didn't see any other like normal any townspeople that weren't in on it. Everyone else was part of this neighborhood watch. Like there were no regular. Besides the kids, but
you're saying there needed to be more neutral people.
Well, that was just leading to me to believe that every single person was in on it, besides versus just the group of NWA.
Yeah,
which is also funny. They're called NWA or Neighborhood Watch Association.
yeah, it's funny.
But did we watch Scream together, Patrick?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did that ever cross your mind that it was the same kind of plot? It's like more than one person. That was like the key.
No, but
switch.
I probably should. Once they revealed it, I was like, oh my god, it's
like,
just Scream masks.
Right. Because it's same kind of get up.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, what? This is just so weird. I was just enjoying whatever the antics were. I was like, there's probably going to be some weirdness like associated in the end. So I'm like, I don't know if I can guess anything. Well, so I wasn't really trying.
Gotcha.
So it was like, it's going so fast and it's like going in all these crazy directions. I'm like, I don't know where it's going to go.
It's a fast flick.
It's a fast flick.
Just to find, I'm looking through the cast in Wikipedia, and they
Mhm.
have this guy named Robert Popper as not Janine. That's the guy who
That's his
Nicholas
name is
mistake. Yeah,
not
it's not
Janine.
in the cast. He's not.
Oh,
Janine. Yeah, he's just
Like,
not
his
Janine.
agent calls him, "Hey, buddy, I got a role for you.
It's not Janine.
It's a small one, but you have a speaking part."
no
I don't even
FaceTime.
think he had a speaking part. I think someone else said that's not. She's like, I'm over here.
Yeah, she probably. Yeah,
Uh,
that's wild.
Sorry, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, no, it is. All right, we're gonna do good old fashioned report card.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I did my homework.
So we've got a couple categories here. We got plot, characters,
Stars.
parodiness, and then script. So let's go with Grant
Ooh,
for plot.
got him.
4.
Dang, easy.
Yeah.
Quinn,
Easy.
Oh, right.
You want to talk about it, Grant? Why'd you give it 4?
Yeah.
I mean, I just
Let the boy talk.
I just think it's very strong. It's very entertaining throughout. The humor is entertaining in the characters, which I guess we'll get to in a separate category. But I, really enjoyed how they went Rambo in the end. Like, it's something like, at least maybe on the first watch, I don't know how I'd feel about it because it's been so long. But I'm like oh man, like this is good, this is funny, but not only is he gonna come back and go balls to the wall, but the good guys are gonna win and it's gonna be good. So I'll go 4. I love this film.
Quinn?
I'll hit it with a 4 as well for
Back
many
to
of the
back.
same reasons. I can't think of anything within reason that I would like to change. And I was definitely engaged the whole way through. And it wasn't too long. So, yeah.
It wasn't too short either,
Mm-hmm.
It was over 2 hours, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 2 hours, 10 minutes?
Yeah, it was. It was
Damn.
like 2 hours.
Didn't
10,
feel like it.
2:13, I think.
Mm-hmm. Whereas Shaun of the Dead was like less than an hour and a half, I think. Which is
Yeah,
nice.
sometimes they
little mix-up.
drag out like the one. They had that story element where the the buddy cop or the two like male roles they have some sort of falling out, and I think in some movies that period of time takes a long time for them to reunite and rekindle their bromance. But this
Like-
one was pretty like just back at it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Showing them missing each other,
Yeah.
and then like it shows Nick looking
Yeah.
at the grocery store at the bad DVD movies, and he's
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like
Bad
Super
movies,
Cop, the
Yeah.
cop that can't be stopped.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I could totally see that.
yeah,
But it's unnecessary here.
yeah, agreed.
I'm gonna go 3 stars. I would have gone 4. I don't know. I was 4 stars up until that last act. Still felt super strong.
Yeah,
While there weren't holes, I just didn't feel like it was the ending I necessarily wanted. But maybe on a next watch, it'd be an ending I could appreciate more. But I thought everything up to that was excellent. And 3 stars still pretty good.
yeah.
All right, characters. Let's go, Quinn.
Characters, I'm also gonna have to go with a 4 because I love Danny and Nick so much, and I think it was part of what I wanted in Shaun of the Dead, but I was like trying to put things together that weren't there.
Yeah, you're
And
grasping at straws.
I was thinking if only they were more dumb and more smart, and they were doing some more ridiculous things. So I think everybody else was pretty solid too. I actually wasn't a fan of the Andes that much. I thought they were a little annoying and like too stubborn, where I was trying to take a neutral perspective and think, hey, look, come on, they're the detectives. You got to do a little bit of your job. But they did not want to do anything. But everybody else, great.
Grant, should I get this 4-star up here too?
Yeah. I almost wish I went plot 3.5 so I could say 4 characters just because. No, you can keep them both 4, but characters was just, I liked characters even more than, I don't know, I mean, equal, I guess, on the fly. I thought they were just pretty flawless characters. The bromance between Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and the ensemble, really, there's not a flaw. Like, to me, they all are adding hilarity, and they're all kind of their own. They're all the same, yet they're all like their own little version of this kitschy. I don't know. Yeah, like Doris Thatcher, the girl, she was funny, and the Andes. Yeah, the characters are great. They make this film for sure.
I'm gonna go 4 as well. Everyone's got their role to play in both, their lines, whatever they're contributing, and then what they're contributing to like their little group, and the buddy cop dynamic. They're perfect foils playing off each other, and it feels like they're just like best friends in real life, which they probably are. I don't think you could do so many movies together as co-leads without a pretty strong relationship. Cool. So for the next one, I'm going to do parodiness. So it's a new category. This movie was doing a lot with what it was taking and sampling from. How well do you guys think it did that? Did it do too much? Did it not do enough? Like, what do you guys think?
I don't know. It's tough. I think it did it well, but I don't know. I'm not a huge. Are you talking about specifically the buddy cop genre?
Even just like the mystery, like the action, the end. Like, what'd you guys like? Because I feel like it was like a.
Yeah, it's like buddy cop plus mystery plus Michael Bay, right?
Yeah.
I think it. I mean, again, I.
How many stars, Grant? Come on.
Yeah. I'll go 3, I guess 3.5. I don't know. I think
whoa. Which one?
3.5. I don't think. I think it hits all the stereotypes and like gets you in the mood for all those films, and like it's definitely enough mystery. I think the buddy cop element, they like hit it out of the park, and the Rambo Michael Bay action I really enjoy. I think that's fun. So again, I'll just go 3.5 because I'm feeling like a perfect score is hard to go back from. So I'll go 3.5 with this.
Am I next?
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough category, and I'm gonna give it a 3, and not because I think it's bad, but I don't think it's as close to parody as it is to just common tropes or cliches, and I think some of those could be counted as parody, but I'm trying to think of, like, when we watched the Weird Al movie, there was a lot of like straight up parody in that, and I think this movie had a nice original unique plot, but also combined that with things that you would normally see in a typical action movie. They get all the guns at the end, they go crazy, or the falling out of the best friend, or I don't know, the protagonist feels alone and nobody's listening to him, and things you just kind of see in this whatever hero's journey archetype. But so I will give it a 3.
Yeah, I don't know if parodiness is like the right word, but I just felt like it was borrowing from so many genres and like leaning into them so wholly. It felt like a parody, but also that's like what, I don't know. Like it wasn't a parody,
like
but it kind of
I like tropiness or something. Like it definitely was leaning heavily on tropes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so was Shaun the Dead, right? And so I think that's like a theme with this trilogy. We'll have to see. Maybe The World's End flips it on.
I started getting an ad for The World's End or something. There was some sort of like re-release or something. out of my mind.
On Instagram?
Now that they're tracking me since I watched Hot Fuzz.
But how'd you get your copy of Hot Fuzz?
Through
Rent
Amazon
it?
Prime.
Amazon Prime was also my distributor of choice.
Yeah, because it was.
I always rent on Amazon Prime.
That's included with Amazon Prime.
This was free.
I like to just support big business.
I'll just give them money anyways.
I saw it was for on Amazon Prime, so I went to YouTube so I could rent it.
It's
Man after my own heart.
generous.
And all right, so we got the last one, script. More straightforward. I think we're just all gonna give it 4s here. But I'll let we'll let the speakers decide. So Grant.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4. I don't. The only thing that worries me is I've given it nearly a perfect score.
I know.
In terms of
It's
report
this is
cards.
the best movie
The
I've
best
ever
of ever
seen.
seen.
I think it is the highest rated we've ever had.
Yeah, I really enjoy this film. Like in terms of, and it fits well with my humor and what I'm looking for a film. And I think it fits a genre of film that's hard, where it's like a smart comedy. It's kind of like it's a smart dumb comedy, which is great. I feel like now they just make really dumb comedies. They're just like,
Comedies are
dude,
bad.
like
when's the last comedy you can think of?
the punchline is literally like Danny's character in this for all of them. It's just like Danny is the joke and that's it. And you're like, what, dude? There's no substance to this whatsoever.
No callbacks, no foreshadowing. It's
no,
just like
nothing.
stupid comedy script.
Yeah, very
Nothing else
lazy,
there.
very lazy scripts.
With like a
this
famous
reminds
actor.
me- yeah, there's like a handful. Yeah, exactly. Lazy scripts with a famous actor. This is like, it reminds me of like Zoolander. Zoolander, I think, is hilarious and rare, right? It's like a smart, dumb comedy. It's kind of the same thing because the main character is just he's so stupid, but it's funny. Anyway, so it was a long way to say I'm gonna go 4 stars on script, but
It's the best movie Grant's ever seen.
I left a half a star in there for near perfect score.
For a category he didn't necessarily believe in.
Yeah.
All right, Quinn.
I'm struggling. I'm definitely in between a 3.5 or a 4. What bumps it down a little bit. I don't know why I keep thinking about that old man scene was just so jarring with the NWA and him busting into the cop thing like right at the end and everybody explodes. And I thought that was just a cheap, like that was another cliche thing they did where they show up at the grave and you're like, oh my God, Danny's dead. And then it's actually Danny's mom. And that was like the end of the film. Like I don't know why that was really the only issue I had.
Yeah, that's a good point because I actually really disliked how the whole police station was in ruins and like no one was injured. Like everyone's
it was obliterated.
It was like the foundation.
It wasn't like the room was exploded. It was the whole building was smithereens.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally shot probably like 2,000 bullets at the whole city too. Like,
what?
Can I say Quinn convinced me to go 3.5, or am I locked in?
No, you're not locked in.
I'm gonna go at 3.5. Just it's always. I mean, 3.5's damn high, and
yeah, it is.
I think perfection sometimes. And I gave the plot a 4, so I feel comfortable giving the script a 3.5.
So to Grant, you official?
Perfect. I'm official, locked in.
I'm gonna go.
That's gonna be
3.5 too.
1. But the dialogue too. I mean, very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. It was fast.
Funny.
They had so much content. It wasn't just like a couple one-liners here. It's like over and over. They're just hitting you with it.
And when it's like quick like that, it makes you keep up. If it's slow and there's a funny joke every once in a while, like I've already lost my interest, and then I miss the one good joke they have. This one's like they're just like da, 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 and you're just like it keeps you entertained. Like you're actually engaged throughout, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just constant. Whoa, barrage. Cool. So just one more segment here. We're going to do our patented over-under IMDb rating.
Yeah, wait, what is it? Was it? Is it copyrighted, trademarked? What's the?
No, it's our patented over under IMDb rating where we decide whether the true rating of Hot Fuzz is over or under the IMDb rating. And
This is like the best name too for a movie too. Like just
Fuzz.
they've got great like At World's End or whatever.
We have to see. We have to see.
The name isn't that good. Like Hot Fuzz. Like, we don't need to see Grant. I know. Like
Yeah.
He knows.
Shaun of the Dead, perfect.
Yeah,
Hot
yeah.
Fuzz, perfect.
That was that.
What I don't even remember the last one.
Not to be confused with the Killers album Hot Fuzz, which is stated on the top of the Wikipedia page.
With 520,000 votes, we were sitting at a
520.
7.8. And I think it's pretty clear from our report card. I'm over. Pets and under 7.8.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
You see your report card?
It was a high report card. It was the plot.
It's the plot. Got
It was just really
that
that last little bit. Like I really didn't like the Rambo.
They had him in the
It
first
soured
half.
me. First 80%.
Oh man.
But I don't know. Endings are big, so I don't know.
He did the gunshot. He was like, ah.
It was alright. Just I don't know. Yeah, I like Shaun of the Dead a lot more, and
Wow.
yeah,
Really?
I don't.
yeah, I went
Yeah,
over.
we gotta check
Shaun of the
that.
Dead has a higher rating too, so that's not a hot take.
I just thought it was a hot take based off our report card. But it's the patented review. What can you do?
What can you do? Patented review.
It's not
What can
about
you do?
scripts, characters, parodiness,
It's about how you
plot.
feel.
It's about how you feel. Over under.
Over
Give it
on-
to me. All right. Well, now we only have 2 overs and 1 under, so can't use our great ticker. 3 overs.
We've only had that once lately.
What was that for again?
Return of the King.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know if we had that before.
I don't think so. I think it was. Maybe we'll never see it again.
Probably not, but maybe. So for next episode, we will be having our lovely G Money man, Grant Farmer, as the director.
Yay!
Thank you.
We cut his
Thank
mic.
you so much. Thank you. Cut his mic. Yeah, so next week, next time, we are doing The World's End, which is the last installment of the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy. What flavor is this? Strawberry? Mint. This is mint. We start with strawberry. This is mint. It's The World's End is a 2013. When did Hot Fuzz come out?
2007. 6 years later.
6 years later. It's apocalyptic
Quick math.
science fiction, action, comedy, horror film. Again, I think there's going to be a lot of tropes and genre bending. Apocalyptic science fiction, action, comedy, horror film. Directed by Edgar Wright. From a screenplay written by both Wright and Pegg. It's the third and final installment. As I said, it stars our favorite Pegg, Nick Frost. We have Patty Considine, Martin Freeman, who's been in all. He's in all 3. He's Holmes in Sherlock Holmes, or what's his name? No, he's not Holmes. Watson.
Elementary.
So in
Pierce
the
Brosnan's
film,
in it too.
yeah, in the film, 5 friends return to their hometown to reattempt a pub crawl they failed 23 years earlier, only to discover the town is in the midst of an alien invasion. So that's the plot. An alien invasion, pub crawl.
I don't know if I've seen this actually.
No, I think we watched it in the theater. I was definitely with you, Pat. I think we watched this in the theater. Maybe Yuki was with us.
We
I
saw a
definitely watched it
different
with you in the
film.
theater, Grant. I thought
Yeah.
Quinn was there too, but maybe not.
We can talk about it next time. I have some theories.
Next time. All right. Well, until next time, thank you all for listening, for watching. We appreciate all you guys. We have a good time. Always enjoy doing this. You can find us, I'd say our social media is that we use the most is Instagram. Quarter Life Critics is our handle. Go there. That should have a link tree for everything that you need. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything you need. And YouTube Live is where we'll be live every other week on Wednesday if we stay on schedule. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. And until next time with The World's End, we will see you. So peace.
Peace.
Peace. Still alive. Still alive, huh? You gotta fix this bug. Let's try